Hi everyone, I just wanted to show you this book that I have bought the digital download of and printed it out and bound it myself. You can also buy it in book format, but I believe, I'm not certain, I believe it's Amazon paper. I will leave the links in the description so you can check it out for yourself, but once again I've started making a video and not done my research. So I'll leave the link so you can have a look, but I decided to print and bind this myself so that I could have it on really nice paper. I use the Spring Hill digital paper and it's just fantastic for coloured pencils. So it's called A Little Lunar Sanctuary and it's by Whim&Sage. So you can see I've printed this off and I've bound it, and sometimes the pages are a little bit offset, probably something to do with my printer I should imagine, so don't let that put you off. So at first you have got a little sort of like contents page of each illustration and what they're called and a little verse that goes along with them. So for example, we've got the first illustration is called The Path Through the Forest. Trust the path even when you cannot see. So it's like little motivational quote type things to give you that feeling or invoke that feeling when you're colouring them, hopefully. So then we go on to the next sort of content, which tells you exactly what to colour depending on how you're feeling. So it says if you need rest, you should choose number 2, 4, 10 and 24. And it's put you are allowed to slow down. If you need strength, you should choose number 6, 11, 14 or 27. And this is never underestimate the quiet strength within you. So just trust whatever page calls to you. That's how the book works, but obviously you can just treat it like a normal colouring book. That's what I probably do. So we do have a book belongs to page. Again, it's offset. I don't know why it's printed like that, but I didn't want to print it again to waste my paper because I don't like wasting paper. But yeah, lovely book belongs to page. We've got the planets and the solar system. We've got lots of clouds, a beautiful gateway and lots of flowers as well. So here's that first illustration. We've got a fox sat in front of the moon. So this book is entirely based on the nighttime, the moon, the stars. That's why it's called Lunar Sanctuary. So we've got animals, people and also foliage and things too. Then we have this little fluffy cat sat on top of a mushroom looking up at the stars and the moon. There's lots of flowers for you to practice on here. If you just want to practice blending, these are ideal because they have just the right kind of area for you to practice a gradient blend. So we've got a wolf page. We've got a, well, it looks like a wasp to me, but I'm going to call it a bee because it's taking the nectar from the flower and I don't like wasps and I absolutely adore bees. Obviously we've got the honeycomb here as well. So yeah, it's a bee. It just looks a little bit like a wasp at first and it freaked me out. Here we've got the first of the portraits, beautiful, almost, you definitely get a fantasy vibe from this book with the people. I don't think there's many humans in it. I think they're definitely some sort of fantasy fairy hybrid, but we've got wings, beautiful clothes made out of leaves. And then we've got this page again, a little bit offset. It is 3 whales floating along in the night sky with the moon behind them. So there is a mixture of simple and more detailed in this book, which I really like because it just depends how I feel at the time as to what kind of picture I want to get into, if I want to spend more time on it or a little bit less time. We've got a mermaid here sat in this little circle, and we've got lots of little shells and marine life type things going on. We've got a turtle flying. We've got a turtle floating through the waves, so we've got plenty of underwater themed illustrations as well. And then here is an octopus surrounding a clamshell. We have a seahorse in this lovely spherical design. And this beautiful elephant. Is it African or Asian elephant? I think it might be an African elephant that have the bigger ears, right? Probably got that wrong. And then these gorgeous jungle type leaves behind. We have got a leopard or cheetah. I'm going to say leopard. It's got all the spots. I've seen Whim&Sage do a colouring of this and he's like a cyberpunk neon leopard. It's absolutely incredible. We have another wolf page here looking down over the landscape. I like how these are framed as well. They're not all the same shape and size, but they tend to just have a loose frame around them. We've got a deer, lots of big flowers around him. We have got a rhinoceros. Again, always themed around night time. But I mean, if you wanted to, you could change them to be daytime illustrations, make this into a sun. It's totally up to you. And then we've got some koi carp in a fish pond, some beautiful flat lilies, and a big open one here. Lots of blending scope here as well. We have a couple of, I think they're probably storks or something similar, some kind of stork looking bird. There's loads of illustrations in this book as well. It's packed out with illustrations. It's not a thin book by any means. Got a lovely little bird sitting on a branch looking across the waterscape there. And then we have this, I guess this is a little bit more blocky, a little bit more stylized, the sun rays. I really like the shape of this frame as well. It's got a little bit of a sort of Arabian Nights sort of theme. I don't know, maybe it's just the shape. It looks like one of the turrets from that kind of architecture. And again here, look, this is giving that kind of Indian temple look, I think I would say. I just love that there's different frames to just keep the illustration contained. Here's another fantasy person. If we look at this, this is quite an abstract kind of strange looking image because it's almost a bust. I think it's a bust of a face and shoulders, because you can see there's no hair or anything. And then you've got a rainbow behind. You've got some flowers nestled into the crescents of the moon. Yeah, it's an interesting one, that one. Got a couple of lovebirds with a love heart. This would be a nice one to do around Valentine's. Another person here, and I absolutely adore I don't know whether this is her hair. I'm going to say yes, because it looks like it's got a parting almost here. But it could be a cape or a veil, and it's all got flowers all over it, and it's just beautiful. You've got obviously the sun, the moon and stars in the background, and you've got a gorgeous moth as well. And then here's another lady with long flowing hair. Again, the flowers inset into the hair. So I think this would be a good one to practice maybe soft pastel work on these clouds. You've definitely got enough room to play with mediums. The flower petals are all quite large, and they give you a chance to have a play with different mediums and blends. Here we've got some more moths. Got a little crescent of flowers here as well. This will be a good blending item to colour as well. You could even use metallic paints on those moths. That look amazing. Another moth, again with these stylized sun rays. Here's the one that I coloured. I'll just tip it out of the light because I know you're going to get a glare. So yeah, really enjoyed colouring this. I'm very happy with how the colours turned out. I did do a quick speed reel of how I coloured the beetle in the middle. I wanted to make it look very colourful and almost iridescent. I think I've achieved that somewhat. I did have a bit of a problem on the head of the beetle. I think I went a bit too far, but I have used the colours that are within the beetle for the rest of the page. So every colour you see on the surrounding areas of the beetle has been used in the beetle as well. So yeah, really like this one. It's very bright and vibrant. It's very me. So I hope you like it as well. And then we have this crescent moon again, but lots of flowers dripping from it and a few moths floating around. So you definitely see repeated elements in the book, but they're all done quite differently. There's no copy and paste of the same moth or the same flower anywhere in the book. Here's a beautiful lunar moth, one of my favourites to look at. I've never seen one in real life, but they do exist, right? Of course they do. I just second guessed myself there, but lunar moths are absolutely stunning, just really beautiful. And here's the lady again with the flower cape or hair that she's got. Beautiful star in the centre. You could do some glowing effects with that. It almost looks like this is a picture of her or a mirror image. Stunning. And this definitely looks like a mirror or a world that's encapsulated in this oval, but absolutely gorgeous. Got some filigree details going on around this as well. You could make this look very ornamental. Practice some metal blends on there. This one is another offset one, but it's okay because the illustration doesn't get chopped off, so I'm not too bothered. Beautiful girl again. Yeah, it really is the same theme all the way through, but done differently on every illustration. So I'm finding it difficult to describe all of the images with different adjectives. But oh, I love this one. So we've got the dolphins leaping from the water. You've got all of this opportunity to try and create water, cresting waves, sea foam, just absolutely stunning. I love the flowers on top as well. It looks quite Hawaiian. Don't know if you get dolphins in Hawaii, probably. Probably from Hawaii, knowing me. We have another moth. But again, you know, I think these are some of the most satisfying things to colour, butterflies and moths, because you can just put so many different colours, blends, gradients, patterns on the moth wings and make them look all very different. This one kind of reminds me of the wolf image that we had, where that's kind of the main focus, and then you've got the patterns and the flowers surrounding. Beautiful portrait again. She's got her eyes closed. We've got a big moth at the bottom, and again we've got different hairstyles, different facial features and so I've just had a call from my son. I've got to speed this up because he's on his way home and he wants a cup of tea. So gorgeous illustration, another moth, more woodland elements. Again, we've got another portrait, all quite different. This book, the style does remind me a lot of Hannah Carlson, with some Johanna Basford elements in the flowers as well. But yeah, I'm just really happy to have found this artist and have such a beautiful quality colouring book and another person's style to colour. So I'll leave all the links in the description. Sorry for the rush. But it is a gorgeous book, and I would recommend you print it on your own paper, because I don't know what the original paper quality is like, but I've really enjoyed colouring on this Spring Hill paper. So I'll leave the links in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.